Hello everyone, and welcome to another Top 5 Records video, and another one in the series in which I'm taking a closer look at the full discography of Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Today, I have arrived at their fifth studio album, Tender Prey, released in 1988, recorded in Berlin and in the UK, I believe in London, and we have it here. Now, first of all, does Nick Cave think of this album? Nick Cave thinks it's a bit chaotic. He says there is not enough coherence among the songs, he's not too fond of the production, and he's rather critical of the album. I understand both arguments, but then he's not taking into account the quality of these songs. Tender Prey opens with the Mercy Seat. And the Mercy Seat is, in my opinion, one of the best songs ever written. How come? Well, it's in the category of the narrative songs, and I'm not the only one who enjoys it. I believe all Nick Cave and Bad Seed shows play it. It's become a fan favorite, and a couple of years later, one of Nick Cave's big heroes, Johnny Cash, covered the song during the American recordings, making it a little bit of a different version in the attitude in which he plays it. As a matter of fact, Nick Cave talks about it in an interview, because that song are the ramblings of somebody who is sentenced to death and who's facing the electric chair. And Nick Cave says, in his version, the main character is guilty, and in Johnny Cash's version, he's not guilty. Now, the chord progression is incredible. I think the production on that song is also incredible. Um, but I'd like to tell you, I'd like to quote it. I'm a filmmaker, so I really enjoy a good narrative. If you take a look at the point of view of Nick Cave's character here on this song, it's just incredible. It began when they come. It began when they come, took me home from my home and put me in death row, of which I am nearly wholly innocent, you know. And I'll say it again: I am not afraid to die. I began to warm and chill to objects and their fields, a ragged cup, a twisted mop, the face of Jesus in my soup, those sinister dinner meals, the meal trolley's wicked wheels, a hooked bone rising from my food, all things either good or ungood. And the mercy seat is waiting, and I think my head is burning, and in a way I'm yearning to be done with all this measuring of truth, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. And anyway, I told the truth, and I'm not afraid to die. Interpret science in catalog, a blackened tooth, a scarlet fog. The walls are red, black bottom kind. They are the sick breath at my hind. They are the sick breath at my hind. They are the sick breath at my hind. And I hear stories from the chamber how Christ was born into a manger and like some ragged stranger died upon the cross. And might I say it seems so fitting in its way, he was a carpenter by trade, or at least that's what I'm told. Like my good hand I tattooed evil across its brother's fist. That filthy five, they did nothing to challenge or resist, which is a reference to a 50s film, The Night of the Hunter, in which a boy and a girl get a new father into their house, who is, I believe he's a reverend, and he has good on one hand tattooed on the fingers and evil on the other. And the good one is there to celebrate when you do good things, and the other is to punish. And the man's clearly a psycho. Masterpiece of a film here. Um, In heaven, his throne is made of gold, and the ark of his testament is stowed on a throne from which I'm told all history does unfold. Down here, it's made of wood and wire, and my body is on fire, and God is never far away. Into the mercy seat I climb. My head is shaved, my head is wired, and like a moth that tries to enter the bright eye, I go shuffling out of life just to hide in death a while. Anyway, I never lied. It's, I mean, this is where poetry and narrative create new songs. It's such a powerful, um, Powerful storytelling, powerful insight into a mind, into a mind with a poetic quality, with a sense of literature. I think it's among the best lyrics written. It's Nick Cave is so on fire on that song. The rest of the album is not gonna top that, but what do you expect? I mean, if you play another the opera, do you think all songs are like Bohemian Rhapsody? No, that's not gonna happen. The thing is, though, after the Mercy Seat, we get Up Jumped the Devil. Um, it starts with oh my, what a wretched life. I was born on a day that my poor mother died. I was cut from her belly with a Stanley knife. I mean, his lyrics are so wicked and so drenched in violence at this point. And they seem to be narratives coming from people who did not seem to choose a life of violence, but have become part in a life of violence, and who grew up with violence in their bones. And that is so intriguing. It's so intriguing. Then we get Diana, which is also, I mean, that's a good song. Watching Alice, Mercy. Side two has good songs, but these songs on side two are seven or sometimes 6 out of 10s. The Mercy Seat is a masterpiece, and it's the top of the cherry, and makes this for an incredible, remarkable album. It's not as coherent as Your Funeral, My Trial. It's perhaps not even as coherent as The Firstborn is Dead, but it has one of Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds' strongest moments, an epic opening, and some incredible songs. So I'm curious, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.